Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video that's a special thing for both of us. And if I'm not mistaken, it's time for me to talk about is being a, what did I title this? Is socializing as a furry in VR everything I dreamed it would be? What? That's such a good question. Actually, I don't know if it's like a super good question. I'm just going to go ahead and give you the answer so we can there was a question, there's an answer, and then you can not watch this if you don't want to. Because actually I feel like talking about something different instead. The answer is, oh, you go anywhere that you go, and there is no geographic solution to psychological problems. If you have a hard time socializing in the real world, having a VR headset will not help you socialize. You'll just be lonely in a more expensive way. That's it, because that was just something that it took me a while to get the hang of, and to learn how to be more comfortable with myself enough that I don't feel like I need to socialize with people in VR, because I felt like that was something I was missing for a really long time, which is no longer the case. And right now I feel like being a little closer to the camera, which means the camera has to come up, which is not professional of me, and I apologize for my lack of professionalism. That really is just, that's no good, and I'm never going to get anywhere in life if I'm like that. That's ridiculous. But anyway, so long as I was filming some videos in Furry Hideout anyway, I thought I wanted to take the opportunity and come film a video at the spawn area, and tell you what the general experience is coming into Furry Hideout when you want to socialize, in particular if you're like kind of scared or like super scared. I just want to see what it's about. You want to like do what the furries are and go where the furries are, and what that introductory experience always is, and kind of like how I felt about it, how I do feel about it, and just talk about being social in VR for a little bit. And then, like, as a furry, but I do everything I do as a furry, so it's like a little clickbaity for a title, but it sounds fun because I'm like a YouTuber, and I just thought like doing that. So yeah, here's the experience of loading into Furry Hideout for the first time. Here we go. Because when you spawn into Furry Hideout, you spawn like right over there where all those like walls of text are. And then right where I'm standing is right where everybody is, always. And there's a mirror right here. And so you've got lots of people. Sometimes people are cuddling like right where I'm at, looking at themselves and looking at all the furries who are around them. And there's always like 7 conversations going on right here, and it's noisy and it's overwhelming. And it's like, what? Is this where the furries are? Oh, wow. And I would come here because I felt like I was supposed to. And if I wanted to make VR friends, and that are furries especially, then like this is where you gotta go because this is where they all are. And how do I break into groups? And you try to meet people, and I met like a few people here, but it never felt very good. And I didn't know what any of that was about till I got like more comfortable with myself, and then I learned that this is not how I prefer to socialize. It was just something that I really felt like I needed to do, and it was really overwhelming for a really long time. And now I want to pivot away from Furry Hideout and socializing in VR chat, where all the other like furries are, because that was trying to be something, trying to be someone who I thought that I wanted to be, who I accidentally became in kind of a funny way. But I still don't love socializing in VR chat. A friend took me to a large club a handful of weekends ago, and it was just a lot of people, really noisy. I got overwhelmed, wasn't having a good time, didn't understand how to have a good time. It was really confusing to me. But I want to now carry on the subject about socializing into VR into socializing inside of Resonite, which hits really differently, and I want to talk a little bit about that. And as a quick disclaimer for myself, I am going into this subject, I think, more to remind myself what socializing in VR is like, not just to talk to like the good people at home, because it does hit really different than trying to socialize in VR chat ever has. And I think talking myself through some of that is really going to help me feel more at home when I'm trying to make Resonite connections or just being social on a platform that means a lot to me. Being social in Resonite is way easier because everyone has something to do and everyone already is doing something. In VR chat, all you really can do is socialize. It's in the name, for crying out loud. And Resonite is so hands-on that you can always be making something, building something, and people in Resonite are really excited about that system. So you can always ask someone, what is it that you've been building? You want to show off a thing? Here's this. How does that work? You can get up to a lot of shenanigans, and you can just chat, of course. But it hits way different because of the interactive element. And some of why I think this video ended up being what this video was is that the thing that I make, clearly, is videos. A lot of videos. I make a lot of videos because I love making videos a ton. And that's something I can do in Resonite with the people of Resonite. Make videos in a little community. And that's something I haven't really leaned into just yet because, yeah, I've been learning and I still struggle so much with the program because physically it's really challenging for me to control. I have 170 hours in it and I like in the real world I'm really clumsy and I like bump into tables all the time. And I was like, I guess has there always been a table there? And I'll like bump around it enough times until eventually I get past the table. I live most of my life that way. I am a very clumsy person. But in Resonite, if you're clumsy, you're closing menus on accident, and then you're reopening them, and you're going to the wrong folders, and I always somehow still go to local files instead of inventory, and then I was like, my C drive, where's Resonite Essentials? And it's like, you're in the wrong tab, buddy. It's been 170 hours, my dude. I still just don't get the hang of it. So really simple things is the hardest thing to do, and I don't really foresee that ever really changing. Ah, man, this video's all over the place, but I'm actually learning a whole bunch right now. Because if I did just work on making more videos in Resonite, that's something that would bind me into Resonite more than I am now, which is something that would help bind me to the people inside of Resonite. But I've held myself back from making all of those Resonite videos in part because no one else is making Resonite videos. And I don't want to be the only one. I don't want to be weird. I like all of these people, and I want to do what they're doing, and I want to build stuff, and I want to be like them. Kind of similar to how I wanted to be like everyone here in the VR chat world. I wanted to be them, and I just got way happier when I finally leaned into just doing my own thing. I think if I carried that into Resonite, I'd be much happier for it. And the reason this video is pulling like quadruple time over here, this video is crushing it for me right now personally, like this is just great, is because there is one or two video crafters in Resonite, and I think I accidentally made a social faux pas and mistreated them on accident. Because they absolutely reached out and about like, hey, do you want to, I'd be happy to help set up. And that is a really cool social offer. And that would have been really meaningful for me to accept. And it's not like it's too late or anything, but I held off for pretty arbitrary reasons because I was afraid of being social, afraid of being weird, inside of one of the most weird platforms in VR, which is already a very strange platform. I'm supposed to be weird. So, I mean, good thing that I am. And I suppose the whole thing there is just that I had some sort of a strange mystique about I want to be like them, but then I'm not, so then I don't want to interact with them, but then how do you do that? And then I'm trying to be that, but then I'm not me, and just playing really weird dynamics within myself. And being here right now, trying to make a video about social experiences in VR, I've remembered where I started, which is this world, and being really overwhelmed every time I spawned in. And the lesson I've taken from that entire history of trying to socialize in VR is where am I now? What have I been trying to do still in VR and still with socializing? And how can I take the lessons of this world and apply them to where I am now? So this video was accidentally really great for me. I don't know if it was great for anyone else though, and it was just kind of all over the place, my dudes. And that's what these videos can be and what they are for, and I learned a whole bunch. So I'm going to make amends to that one person. I'm going to start making more videos in Resonate, and I have more ideas, and I am going to be more carefree and loosey-goosey, because that is what this video and this channel reminded me about, and this is where I find the most enjoyment in my life. And I want to carry that forward in big and important ways. So I'm going to do that. I hope that you do that too. If that sounds like something that you would like to do, I don't know your life. I don't know how you would do that, but good luck. I'm going to go though. I walk out of frame. I got a few more videos to film and then a whole entire day to have. So bye guys. Hope you have a good day.